Okay, I'm gonna try to make this movie here for my family and friends and anybody else who wants to watch it. Kind of explain what this volcano here is all about. It kind of seems strange. I can be 4 miles from an active volcano and feel fairly comfortable and fairly safe and fairly scared to death. But anyway, I thought I'd kind of explain what it's all about since we've seen so much sensationalism on the national news. Um, they've showed every volcano in the world being going off over here. But in reality, the volcano that's 4 miles from me, it is spewing, but not lava. It's basically just ash and some pretty good boulders go flying up in the air. But I've been blessed at not even getting very much ash on the banister in the front porch. So we'll see how that long. But the wind's been to my favor. But the worst part of it is it was a lava tube, a couple thousand, probably maybe 5,000 to 6,000 feet deep, and it was full to the top, which is another 4,000 feet above the ocean level. And then there's another crater about 10 miles down the hill, and that one collapsed. Something happened geologically, and it just sucked into the ground. And when it did that, it shook the whole mountain up and evidently must have broken open a pathway from the top crater to it, and from it to an empty lava tube, which is a big, could be 30, 40, 50 feet in diameter, going down the mountain, which was probably fairly empty. And then all of a sudden you've got this mass amount of lava traveling down the mountain, hitting the old lava. There was a lava bed in there that was still somewhat warm from, I believe, the 1950s. And when it ran into that, now you've got the pressure of what's sitting there plus this mountain of lava coming down, forcing it with all the pressure. And that's when we had all the earthquakes, because when you start breaking open the earth, you create earthquakes. Anyway, they pretty much geologically know where everything is. There's no real unexpected events throughout this whole ordeal. When is another point we don't know. How big, we really don't know either. But it's been going on for 2 weeks. We've had 3 events, what you would call in the volcano where I'm close to, but they were all water, volcanic magma hitting water, and then the sidewalls have caved in because I guess we'll go back to one thing I missed. This tube, 4,000 foot tall tube of lava, has been dropping, and it got down around over 1,000 feet, and they don't know where it is now. It's too deep to know. But you realize it dropped 1,000 feet in a week. That tells you it's 2 weeks. It could be 2,000 feet down. It's a pretty big hole. And the sidewalls keep falling down on top of it, and that's what these explosions are all about. They could be hitting water pockets and then they explode, or they're just closing up the lava and it's building up pressure and poof, she goes. Either way, they believe when it does hit the ocean level, these islands are, you could say, like a porous piece of pumice, where if you dipped it in water, the water from the outside would be getting into the inside. Because it's little pockets that can flow. I don't know if you've seen a piece of lava or not before, but it has all these little pukas or little holes in them, and I'm sure the ocean has worked its way to the center of this island by now. And when that lava hits there, we could have a pretty good pop. But in the meantime, the big problem right now is down the hill because this lava all went down there, and at first it blip, blip, blip after it split open, and it was rather slow. But now we're getting this nice fresh lava out of it, and it's the rivers are so fast you couldn't run from it. So it's getting quite dangerous down there now because the people got a little complacent that this stuff is kind of just mucking along. And now we've got lava flows that are moving 20, 30 miles an hour. And I don't think there's a lot of us can run 30 miles an hour, let alone 20 miles an hour, or vice versa. Anyway, um, it has been catastrophic down there, and I don't have to talk about that too much because I'm sure you can find plenty of videos on that. But I wanted to reaffirm that where I'm at, I'm pretty good shape. When the big one hits, we might get dusted, but I keep the dogs in. I keep extra air cleaner in the car because that's one thing people got to realize when you drive in the soot, it's going to plug up your air cleaner. So you better have one with you, and you better have your mask. I've got both paper and I have a gas mask if need be. I haven't figured out how to get one on the dogs yet, but I figure I can throw them in a pillowcase and get them to the car and get down the hill anyway. Or up the hill. I'm not sure which way is the best way to go. So, because of that, I'm just going to hang it out here until I absolutely have to get away. I've got 10,000 gallons of water out there, and if it's not a lava event, I'll probably stick it out here. If it's just dust and dirt and debris, it's not going to catch the house on fire. It's just going to be a big mess out there. And that's going to be a big mess to clean up for sure. But as I said, I've got my water tank sealed up. All the rain gutters that go into it are all disassembled. I got plenty of food and plenty of dog food, and I should be able to sit tight for a couple of weeks if I had to. But I'm hoping not. I'm hoping this will go pretty readily. The big trouble is going to be down the bottom of the hill. So I'm not under any threat of magma. I can't say it can't happen because that would be that could be a dire mistake. Because Mother Nature doesn't like to think you've fooled it. So, but I'm doing fine. The doggies are doing fine. I got a lot of little projects in the house I'm working on, and building an airplane or a quad, or just watching what's going on. Um, factory is still open, so I still go to work. Um, like I said, it's only a little part of the island that's affected by this volcanic episode. 98% of the island is going along daily. I hear tractors out there excavating 2 streets down. I mean, life doesn't stop. If we get a major event, then we all pitch in, take care of business, get it over with, and get back to work. What else can you do? So, but I'm safe and sound and of sane mind, as it ever was sane. But anyway, hope you all have a fine day, and I will try to have one also. Aloha.